It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Hey, what it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ, and today I got another reaction video. Now, this reaction video is another heartfelt video because this has been going on for a very long time, and I'm telling you, it's been so long, and I don't understand why we still haven't received justice for the Breonna Taylor, rest her soul. But you know, I think this has shed a light on another side of the story. See, because what we did get was the police side of the story, and I'm kind of disappointed in a lot of people, even some of my Facebook friends that really they took this like way crazy. They didn't even give the guy a chance. But speaking of the situation, this is an interview with Kenneth Walker and Gale King. Kenneth Walker is the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor at the time of her untimely death by the hand of some police officers. So Kenneth Walker is not a criminal. Kenneth Walker is a registered gun owner, and Kenneth Walker was practicing and using his Second Amendment rights by defending his home. Again, I've not seen this, but I've heard a lot about it. Only thing I did was record it and splice it to the beginning and the end. So I haven't heard any other interviews. So I'm gonna check it out, and you're gonna watch it with me, and then I guess I'll give a little commentary on it. But I really don't have much to say about it because I know from what you've read, but again, this is his side of the story, and he ain't never told it. So, man, I guess we're gonna hear it together, and this may sway me even more to, reason why, some justice should be served. So let's see. Let's get into it.
To the world, just a hashtag, a picture, and all of that. But to me, it was much more. More than a girlfriend, too. I think that's what I want the world to know the most. That was my best friend. The most important person, pretty much, to me on the earth. And they took her.
Let's go back to that day. What kind of day was it for you two?
It was a normal day. It was a relaxed day. Really just chilling and just being us. We went on a date, went out to eat, went back in the house, playing, watching a movie.
Take us to that moment when your life really changed forever.
It was a loud bang at the door. Nobody was responding when we were saying, "Who is it?"
You all did ask, "Who is it?"
Several times, both of us. There was no response.
The police say that they said several times, "It's the police."
If they knock on the door and say who it was, we can hear them. It was dead silent. I know 1,000,000% sure that nobody identified themselves.
So the next thing you hear, the door flies off the hinges. Are you feeling afraid?
Definitely afraid. But I don't have much room to be afraid because I got somebody here that I got to take care of.
So you hear the heavy knocking, and what do you do?
Protect your black queens.
When we're getting up to put on clothes, make ourselves decent to answer the door. Then I grabbed my gun.
We should also say you were licensed to carry the gun.
For sure.
License.
That was the one time I had to use it. If it was the police at the door and they just said we're the police, me or Breonna didn't have a reason at all not to open the door and see what they wanted. So
the doors fly off the hinges.
I let off one shot, and I'm figuring if somebody's trying to break in or something, they're not gonna want to do anything after that.
And after that, what happens?
I don't think I ever heard so many gunshots like all at the same time. I've never been to war, but I assume that's what war probably sounds like.
One officer fired 6 shots. Officer Mattingly. Officer Cosgrove fired 16 shots. Officer Hankinson fired 10 shots. That is a lot of firepower.
I still try to make sense
How
of
many
it to
shots?
this day. There was definitely nowhere to hide. There's bullets coming in every direction.
When did you realize that Breonna had been shot?
I guess in the middle of all the gunfire, like she screamed. But I was holding her hand.
You were holding her hand?
Yeah, while this was happening, I pulled her down to the ground. But, you know, she was just scared, so she just didn't get down.
So in the middle of all of this, you realize that she's been hit.
Damn.
Was she alive at the time?
She was still, and when all the gunfire stopped, she was like bleeding and stuff, and I was holding her. You know, then that's when I called my mom.
You called your mom first?
Yeah, I told her that somebody just kicked in the door and shot Breonna, and she's freaking out at this point, but she told me to call 911, so I did.
911, operator Harris, where is the emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
While you're on the phone, you don't know it's the police.
I didn't know it was the police, not at all, and I even proceeded to tell 911 that, you know, somebody just kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend, you know. And if I knew who it was, I would have said the police. Oh, I wouldn't have been calling the police on the police. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Don't make no damn sense.
I don't know. She's on the grill and I don't know.
So what? The police is not even in the house. They just shot in the house.
It's not. Breathe.
In the midst of me talking to 911, I'm like, well, Breonna's mama should know about this too. I hung up on them and I called her mom.
The police didn't come rushing in?
Not at all.
Didn't even
I
come in the
realized that it
house.
was the police until I was on the phone with Breonna's mom. I heard like people outside talking. I thought they was, you know, coming for help because I called 911.
So you think they're coming to help you?
Yes. So when I come outside, there's guns pointed at me. You know, I'm being threatened with dogs and whatever else.
Oh, he said you're going to prison.
Bullets. I said no. He said that's unfortunate. So that threw me off too. So I'm like, what's he mean by that?
That's unfortunate, he said to
Wow.
you after you just lost your girlfriend and you don't know what is happening. What did you think when he said that?
I didn't know what to think, and I really wasn't worried about me. The only reason I'm even out here is because the only way for her to get help in there is for me to
didn't
get
get hit.
We were scared. No, we didn't know who it was.
He sound gay though.
We didn't even know who it was.
And I was in the back of the car. I don't know. I got drugged all the way down the street. It was cold. It was wet. I had on any socks and shoes, on gravel, rocks, and everything. They was just dragging me like I had scabs and stuff on my feet from that.
When they take you to the police station, still no socks and shoes.
Still no socks and shoes. When we finally left the scene, we pulled over in like a random parking lot on Manslick, which is the street like at the bottom of the hill down the street from Brianna's apartment. And another officer in an unmarked car, and he wasn't in uniform and stuff, and he came to my window, but his tone was way different than everybody else's who was just on the scene.
How so? Different how?
He told me that this was a misunderstanding, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it, and asking me did I need anything, did I need water, and this and that.
Hey, partner, can I get your name? Kenneth Walker. Matt, there was a little bit of miscommunication. I wanted to talk to you.
Miscommunicate,
When I got to the
nigga.
police headquarters or whatever it was, they took the handcuffs off me and everything. I was walking around, went to the bathroom.
Go ahead. When you get there, you take the handcuffs off.
So clearly y'all know
Took the handcuffs
something's
off.
wrong.
Ain't no goddamn
You know,
You're allowed
miscommunication.
to move freely.
Yeah,
once
you
you're
don't
there.
allegedly shoot a police officer and they take the handcuffs off you.
Were you surprised to hear that you were accused of shooting a police
I
officer?
definitely was surprised. But I was more concerned about, is he okay and is Breonna okay? At this point, I still didn't even know if she was alive or not.
So when did officers tell you you were going to be charged with attempted murder? When did you hear that?
Maybe like 5 or 6 in the morning that same night.
What did you think?
I was worried about if Breonna was okay or not.
When were you finally told that Breonna didn't make it?
I never really got told, like, directly. I saw it on the news.
That's how you heard Breonna Taylor died? On the news?
Pretty much.
This is out of line. You
Yeah, I
in
was
the
cell, it was,
jail.
like on the news, and it said one, female dead. I confirmed it.
Wow.
I didn't know for sure what condition, she was in when I left. So I didn't know what they did. But as these body cam
I know he was
videos
crying like a
I see they did
motherfucker.
nothing. Clearly we see the SWAT team in there, and she was still in there. They're still like casing the apartment with her laying right there on the ground.
Apartment's full of now crime scene. Let's go ahead and move out. All right, she's done.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Do you think if you would not survive this incident, that we would be hearing the story that we're hearing today? If you had not survived it?
Hell no, we wouldn't know.
Be a story.
Because about from the police shit, air all the other stories out.
You probably wouldn't even know about Breonna.
We wouldn't know about shit.
Breonna Taylor or Kenny Walker.
Or Kenny Walker.
All we would know is about the boyfriend in jail.
Everybody knows Breonna Taylor.
And what do you want us to know about Breonna Taylor?
He would have never been cleared.
She would have did anything for anybody.
It would have been a whole different story if he would have been dead.
There's a lot of people that need her bad right now. Including me.
God damn. See, man, police ain't shit. Hey, I ain't saying all police ain't shit, but the fact that they covered this up, they said they're done here, or she's done. The fact that police said there's a miscommunication. The other fact when he said, he asked him about being, let me go back to this part.
They fight themselves.
So the next thing you hear, the door flies off the gun.
For sure. That was the one time I had to use it. I mean, if it was, they're not gonna want to do anything after that.
16 shots. Officer Hankinson.
Hold on, let's see how many shots.
One officer fired 6 shots.
6.
Officer Mattingly. Officer Cosgrove fired 16 shots.
6, that's
Officer
22.
Hankinson fired 10 shots.
32
That's a lot of
shots.
firepower.
This is why, listen to it.
The officer asked me, was I hit by any bullets? I said no. He said, that's unfortunate. So that threw me off too. So I'm like, what's he mean by that?
God damn.
After you just lost your
Nigga,
girlfriend, you know
boy.
what's happening. What did you think when you said that?
These police ain't shit. All right, everyday people, man. Leave comments below. Let me know what you feel about the Breonna Taylor murder, Kenneth Walker's exoneration. Man, if you have any, thoughts and prayers or whatever you want to put in the comments, go ahead and drop a comment, man. Like this video, subscribe, share it out to your people, man. Yeah, these people, no knock warrants they should do away with those, because, and this was a non-violent case. This is a drug case, looking for a drug offender or a drug dealer, non-violent. And you could, if they would have, that people always say, they should approach it different, or they should just not resist or whatever. Well, obviously some police should approach non-violent people differently, so we don't end up with dead people. Like, it's not always the victim. It's the police a lot of times. Like, I remember one time I got an assault, but they ended up dropping an assault on a police officer. It wasn't the fact that I assaulted the police officer. The police officer threw me into the other police officer, which he thought I was attacking him. So I'm like, and how can you attack somebody when you freaking in handcuffs? It's freaking stupid. But that's just how police do. They give you whatever they have, they build up the charges against you. And that's just it. And they tried to put him in jail. Now he got a lawsuit against them, and that's probably why he doing this, because he has a lawsuit against the police department or the state of Kentucky or whatever, whoever gets charged with this money. But somebody, and at the least, them cops should have been fired immediately. At the least, whoever signed off on that warrant should be fired. At the least, some of these people should be held accountable, because this man and that woman rights and life and liberty of America was violated. That's all I got, everyday people. Peace.